Hello, Instagram friends. Hi, Facebook friends. Thanks for joining me today. Getting my first layer down to start. So I'm working on a 40 by 60, pretty standard size for me. This is acrylic, yes it is. Hello, Facebook friends, thanks for joining me. So if you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. That's always one of my favorite things. Where in the world is everybody watching from? First layer down here. This is a good warm-up for what's to come. Thanks for joining me on this rainy, cold, rainy, windy, wet day in Edmonton from Colorado. Very cool. That's wonderful. I priced my paintings. So I had help from a gallerist quite a number of years ago. And she was very helpful in that. So there's like a formula that we came up with, looking at where I was in my career, seeing what other artists were charging for pieces that were kind of not the same, but had a bit of a similarity. And then we looked at how many years I've been painting and all of that. So back in the day, I charged less for my work, but then we kind of built it up from there. So yeah, so I have a formula. And it just kind of moves on a scale as I increase the number of years I've been painting. So it's good because prices of art should go up and follow, you know, the inflation in the markets and your experience, that sort of thing. So I've had probably the same prices for about 5 years now. The last time I had a price hike was quite some time ago. But they say every year to raise prices a little bit. Maybe every few years kind of thing. So yeah, that's how I do it. But it's good to have a formula and a way to explain. I take basically the square inches of the painting, the square inch area. Then I have a formula, so it makes sense. I didn't just pull numbers out of nowhere. So yeah. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Natasha, Krista. Very good. Watching from Slave Lake with your kids. Very good. Hi, Isaiah and Annie and Ellie. Thanks for watching. I hope you are finding things to do on this day. It's raining in Slave Lake too. Yeah, okay. I know it's always a trick to figure out what are we gonna do. Can't be outside very much. Well, I guess you could, but so that first layer is already done. Give that a minute to kind of marinate and settle. So I've got my Instagram connection here on one side and Facebook over here. I got two devices set up. So this painting will take me about an hour and a half. So of course you can pop on, pop off, have it in the background, sit and watch the whole thing, make yourselves comfortable. Just watch for a couple minutes. It's kind of fun to see it progress. So Normally, if you know of my work, I paint live at the Fairmont Hotel here in the city. Of course, it's closed, so I've been doing this, my live streaming from the studio for the last many weeks now, and hope you're enjoying watching. And if you've never seen it before, I hope you enjoyed the process. So I got my tea. Always got tea. Always got water. So before I get going, I want to talk about this topic today. I'll kind of work and talk about how to unlock your creativity if you're having trouble with that. So I'd like to hear from you how you unlock your creativity. If I don't see it in the comments during my live streaming, you're welcome to send me a message later on. Kind of losing my voice today. But yeah, so I want to talk about unlocking your creativity and what that means and how you can do that, some ideas for you. So the first thing that I want to say about unlocking creativity is, number one, make your creative time, make it fun. Make it fun. I mean, it sounds a little silly, but whatever that means to you, however you can make your creative time fun, if you're dreading it, it must be something that's not fun about it. So whatever that means for me, I mean, I can't do it when I've got my live videos on, but I love to listen to music when I'm creating. I love to hear things that make me happy. I love to feel good on my skin. I love to be warm. I hate being cold, so I generally turn the heat up or have a fire going, make my environment warm. The sound I'm hearing, I like it quiet, but music out in the country, quiet. I love tea, so I drink my tea and I have my water and I wear something comfortable. And actually, truthfully, live streaming makes it fun for me too. It's just a different, adding another layer of interest for me as I'm working and trying to show what I do. So that's one idea for you to unlock your creativity, if that helps at all. Make your environment fun. Make your creating fun. Make fun, happy place. Make it a fun, happy place. Yeah, so the next thing I would say is show up. So once you've made your environment fun and happy and comfortable, show up. And that doesn't necessarily mean when you show up in this creative space to create something, doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're deep into a project right from the beginning, jumping into the deep end. Do a warm-up of some kind. So sometimes for me, I'm like, I just don't feel like painting right now, but I'll get myself into the studio. Maybe I'll just sit, maybe I'll write at my painting table. Maybe I'll just listen to music, sit and meditate, close my eyes, just feel it. Sometimes I'm wiring a painting, or maybe I'm just playing music in the studio, my own instruments. So I'm showing up, I'm in the space. So that also really helps me over the years to unlock my creativity. I don't necessarily have to do a lot of unlocking much anymore, as I have been painting almost every day for so many years. You still kind of want to not necessarily feel like always doing your thing, but yeah, so show up, that's huge. And then as you show up and do it, the third thing is make it a habit. So whatever it is you're creating and the time that you've set aside to create, if you have set aside, if you haven't, that's a whole other thing, but show up and then make it a habit. So what I mean is, you know, whether that's once a week or once 3 times a week, or 4 times a week for 5 minutes. Make what you're doing a habit, and eventually you will crave that time to create. So hopefully that helps. If you have more questions, I can talk more about it as I think of ideas while I'm painting. But unlocking your creativity is a bit of a process, and share with me how you unlock. But yeah, it's tough when if there's a lot of things you're not doing to make it successful for you, figure out ways to make it successful. So yeah, like if making your environment a happy place is important, that's important to me. I'm sure it probably for most of us. Showing up and making it a habit. So that's my little tidbit. I think I might do a little bit of a blog or a write-up I don't have a blog, but I microblog on my Instagram and my Facebook. So I might talk a bit about that too, and then you can share it with your friends and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to continue now. It's hard to have these deeper thoughts and paint at the same time. I'm more thinking and feeling, and then have to take a break to speak. It's like those two sides of the brain, right? Kind of mixing. And Phil Great asks, how important is, hi Phil, a dedicated space to create? I would say it's fairly important, not necessarily that it has to be the same place all the time, but because a lot of us move a lot or whatever, but I would say it's fairly important to have a place set aside for, not necessarily that's the only thing that happens in that space, but when it's set up and ready to go all the time, you will do it way more often. So if you have to, like, whether it's playing music or painting or knitting or whatever it is you're doing, writing, if you have to pull out all your supplies and set up your space every single time, and that takes way more of an effort to set up that area. I'm painting my face. Oh, it's on my screen. I would say it's harder to unstick yourself from getting into it and moving forward. So having that space kind of ready to go at all times, as much as possible. I have to make my tea, I gotta pour my water, I gotta open my palette, I gotta fill my palette, but this space is always warm. It's kind of always ready to go. Hopefully that answers your question, Phil. Yeah, so I can see I got more questions here too on Facebook. I got the two devices happening. Hi, Andrea. Yeah, you totally agree. Yeah, it's a thing. You got to figure out what works for you. What works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. So it's important to figure out, to know yourself, and creativity helps you discover that part of yourself. Sometimes before I go get in the studio, sometimes that means I need to take a rest. Or sometimes that means I need to go for a walk and get some exercise, depending on how I'm feeling that day. Each day is different. So you're welcome, Phil. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, creativity. It comes and it goes and it shows up and then it doesn't show up. And sometimes we gotta force it to show up, and sometimes it shows up and we don't want it to show up in inopportune times. All right, so I have a vision in my mind of what I'm going to make. It's pretty in my mind, so I'm just going to get started here on the sky. And I like to mix a number of blues just for fun. Do I want to go? I want to go really dark in some spots. Do a lot of mixing on the canvas, and you can really play with the paint. Since I'm working wet on wet, I'm really pushing it around until I like what I see. kind of stormy over on the side of the canvas. Maybe it's a reflection of what's going on outside today. Rained all day here. Let me grab one thing over here. Thought I had everything I needed, and then I got going. Hi, Donna. I'm glad you like watching. I don't teach, I'm sorry. This is the extent of my teaching. Showing you what I do here. Too busy to teach, actually. I used to teach a little bit. But teaching, I wouldn't say, is a gift of mine. Oh, good. This view is much better. I'm not sure, Carly, where you watched from last time, if it was on Facebook or what. Hi, Instagram or Facebook. Don't mean to ignore you over here. You love to create with others. Oh, that's cool. That means you're teaching paint nights, hosting crafting nights with a friend. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, hi, Mitch. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you're joining me. Yeah, I was talking earlier about what are some ways that you unlock your creativity. Now, for me, I don't prefer to paint along with others. I actually prefer to paint alone. I mean, having people watch me is cool. I enjoy that. But I best create, like, I thrive in my own, like, little world by myself. And then the live painting here in the studio, live streaming, and then live painting on location is kind of the place I thrive in creating. Already out of white. Gotta reload the white and the blue. Yeah, okay. So now let's get the white. So I cleaned up my palette yesterday, and so that means that I've got a brand new sponge down. I've got brand new paint down. Well, paint is kind of used up from the last palette. I'm scraping off the old, but I'm adding new, and fresh palette is really nice to, after a while it gets kind of gungy and it's time to switch it out and change it. I use the Masterson Stay Wet palette. You've probably heard me talk about that before. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about it in a little more detail if you want to check that out. It beats painting on a ice cream pail lid, which is what I used to do. Hello, Lori. Nice to see you on here. Thanks for joining me on this rainy Thursday in Edmonton. Okay, I had an image that I'm kind of looking at. Where did it go? Yeah, it's kind of that one, kind of this one. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Sheila. Yeah, it comes together pretty quickly, as you know. Okay, I want some more white up here. Some highlights here. Let us know where you're watching from. Talk to me about what you do to unlock your creativity. Maybe it'll help somebody else on here. So I started talking about if you just joined us. Things that I suggest to do to unlock your creativity is to make it fun. Make the time set aside fun. Make your environment a place you want to be. So whatever that means. Hey, maybe you love eating and you want to have a cinnamon bun next to you when you're creating. Or you love tea like myself and you want a nice warm cup of tea while you're creating. I love listening to music while I'm painting. I love my studio to feel warm and cozy, so that's important to me. I set it up for success. I set it up for a place that I want to spend time in. So that's one way to start to unlock your creativity. If you're feeling blocked at all, unblock your creativity. Maybe it's the time of day. Maybe you're a night creator. Then create at night. Don't worry about it. I prefer creating during the day. I like to get up early, fairly early. And I like to create during the day, during the daylight hours. It's rare that I paint in the middle of the night. I like to be in bed late at night. But it's just our family schedule too. Like my husband's home from work, so we sit together and we talk and we read and we watch movies. And so when later in the day, that's our time together. So when he's gone all day at work, I'm in the studio. So that's one of the things one of the reasons, one of the ways I unlock is I know that the time of day for me works best when when it's daytime, and that's what I enjoy. I like the feeling of accomplishment that I have during the day. I don't think I'd be much use in the middle of the night. Oh, that's awesome. Sarah says family paint nights. We get inspired by watching me and listening to music. That's wonderful. Happy to hear that. Hi, Shari from Airdrie. Yep. My mom's watching. Hi, Mom. Giselle Denis is my mom. Everybody check out her work, GiselleDenis.com, and she's got a Facebook page as well. And Shari's asking why I start with yellow. That's the essence of the whole painting. So when I'm done with painting, you'll see that yellow layer popping through the final piece, and it just gives it another layer of interest, and it gives it a nice undertone. So yellow is a nice base color to work from. So yeah, I should show you how much paint I'm going through. That white is just going through it super fast. So light source is important for painting, knowing where my light source is. So as you can tell, more of the light's coming from here and pointing this direction. Always know where your light source is. That's how you create depth in paintings. If you have no light source, your painting will be dull. You don't want a dull painting. Yeah, and another thing with unlocking your creativity is show up. That's important, right? So if you're showing up and you're doing something in that space, doing something in that creative space, doesn't necessarily mean whipping out a 5-foot canvas and you're deep into making a painting, jumping into the deep end. Get your toes wet, warm up your body with something in the studio, something in that creative space where you're set aside that place to go and do something, play music, bake, whatever it is. Do something in that space. Maybe it's clean it. Maybe it's just wiring a painting. Maybe it's just, you know, strumming the guitar for a few minutes. Maybe it's doing yoga in that space. But being in the space is almost as valuable as creating in the space, because you're making it a space that you want to be in. Do something that you like in that space. If you thrive in a space that is messy, then great. I like a space that's kind of tidy. Even though I'm a messy person that gets messy as I go, but I like a tidy space. So when I come to it and I see it, it's tidy. So yeah, making it an environment that you want to be in is important to unlocking that creativity. We're just about done this guy. This is that second layer. And it doesn't always start yellow. Shari, sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's purple. Most of the time it is yellow. Sometimes I do mix it up. You get a little crazy. So my paint is quite thick as it is, but I do add some gel to some of my colors, not all of my colors. My colors generally have a nice shine to them already, but the gel tones down the color just a little. And it makes paint go further, gives it even extra shine. I paint all the edges. Not all artists are fans of that. My friend was just in, he's a painter, he was visiting my studio. He doesn't paint the edges, but he frames his pieces. All his pieces are framed. My pieces, generally, I don't frame. I just paint all edges so it kind of frames itself. So it's kind of whatever. There's no wrong answer there. But I think finish the edge somehow. So if you're not painting the edge, then you should frame it. And if you are painting the edge, you don't have to frame it. But finish it off. It should be finished somehow. So that's my sky. I quite like what's going on there. Big, thick, juicy strokes. Now I'm going to switch from my flat-edged knife that has this little doodad on the end here. And I'm going to move to this one that has a bit of a point to it. Hi, Diana. Thanks for joining me. All right. Okay, hi, Instagram friends. Let's go to my my reference picture. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. Now I'm kind of loosely looking at a piece that makes me happy and kind of basing it off of an image, but it's just something to look at, something pretty to look at while I'm painting. It's not an exact replica, of course. So this is a 40 by 60 inch canvas, quite standard for me to work on sizes, a canvas this size. And a piece like this retails for $2,800. So all pieces that are 40 by 60 are $2,800. I do price my work differently when it's custom. Custom of anything in life is always more. You know, if you do cabinets or whatever, a table or anything you order custom. So same thing with painting. If I have an order that comes in of a certain, say the size, I forget the retail of this size, or the custom price of the size, I think is $3,500. So it's a bit more to order something special. Not all artists do that, but I would probably say most would do it that way. I got some more questions. Hi, Shelly. Do I have a similar style as my mom? And do I find that we both we inspire each other for sure. And my style, I would say is quite a bit different from my mom. My mom's an artist, everyone not be overpressing over here. My mom taught me realism. And so I learned the fundamentals of drawing and was doing realism that way. It's getting really bright, I'm not sure why. There, a bit better. So she taught me realism and the fundamentals of drawing, and as I kind of got into painting along my way and found my voice in how I create and how I paint, her way of teaching me really helped me find my way of how I create. And so I discovered I'm not a realist at heart. I'm more of a, like I can do realism in pencil, and I can do portraits, but that was a long time ago. But I moved into, I'm definitely impressionistic. That's my natural flow. My natural voice comes out as an impressionist. So the first one that comes to mind is Monet, of course. Monet is an impressionist, famous painter from a long time ago, and he would be the one that I would say is the inspiration for my approach to the impressionistic style. Okay. So now I have to decide which way. I think I want it to come this way. So my grasses, I kind of want to kind of lean a little bit. So I'm just going to start laying in a few that are just kind of blowing in the wind. Just like, just whimsically, just kind of blocking in some grasses that are just kind of, this has lots of movement to it. Just feel that today. So just kind of basically dragging my knife across into the wet sky. Big long strokes. And then I'm going to come up a bit with the grass. In half, which I don't want half grass, half sky. I'm going for, the feature is the flowers. So I'm going to kind of have the grass kind of come, you'll see. I'm trying to explain it and I might as well just do it. So just kind of mixing a bit with the sky and the grass. First, I'm joining the two, sort of like marrying the sky with the grass here. So I want to have a lot of sky full of flowers kind of like this. But honestly, the final outcome is as much as a surprise to me as it is to you, because this is very organic and the way it grows. So I got some fast strokes and I got some skinny strokes with the edge. So flat panel and then skinny edge. And I'm kind of, it's like almost like playing a violin or something, where some of them are long and skinny and some of them are short, little movements, if that's a way I can describe what I'm doing. I don't play violin, but I just got a big glove of paint on the floor. This is why it's good to have a dedicated space for where you work, because then you don't get in trouble for getting paint all over the floor. When we first laid this floor for my studio, I had a drop sheet and I was trying to be careful. And then after a while, I thought, who am I kidding? This is my studio. I'm going to let paint fall on the floor. If that happens, I am not going to worry about it. I understand not everyone has a space they can dedicate to their creative space. At first, my first spot was my bedroom. But my mom had a studio, so she gave me part of the studio to work in. Very, very grateful for that. So to grow up and have a mom who painted and had her have her own studio, my friends thought that was super cool. So, Mom, you were so cool. All my friends thought it was so cool to get a studio in the house. And I was able to use it. She had an easel set up. She had a drafting table for the drawing part of things. That kind of inspired me to, every house has to have a studio. So I don't want to spend too much time on the grasses because the fun, really fun part is doing the flowers. That's where all the personality comes out. I mean, some of it does for sure in the grasses too, but none of them are all going the same way. Some of them are kind of coming up here. Maybe one up here. So this is parts of the yellow you will see, especially down here, that first background layer comes through in the grasses. So I gotta reload my palette with my green. How long does a painting this big take to dry? I would say to the touch within several hours, but by morning it's pretty safe to move around. It needs a few days for the big, thick parts, thick flower centers get kind of squishy, so they need some time, more time. I think they say it takes about 3 weeks for an acrylic painting to cure, which means all the way through to that first layer. Where did my lid go? I don't know if anyone's a YouTube fan, but I have a YouTube channel. So I'm now streaming also live on YouTube if you want to check out that angle. It's the same angle that my Facebook is on right now. It's streaming to both my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. So you can go back and watch these videos on my YouTube. So I made a little mistake in the start of this, so I had to restart, but I'll delete that one. But yeah, you can see them on YouTube now too, so you can go back and see them. It's easy to find. I have all sorts of fun videos on there. I have a bio video, a fun Q&A video I did here in the studio. So yeah, check out my YouTube channel. There's lots of fun. There's time lapses on there too. So it's a nice place for me to save all the videos and refer people to. Just checking out the painting and my reflection here. I'm just reading like the comments. Yeah, your bed, office, and studio. Oh wow. Yeah, Shelly, I recommend if you can find somewhere other than your bedroom. It's different when you're a kid, but when you are an adult and you have responsibilities, I try and make my bedroom like my oasis and not the place I create in. The only thing I do in my bedroom is sleep, I read, I rest. I'm not really using that space as my creative space. So I encourage you to take the creative stuff out of the bedroom if you can. You'll find it's, I don't know, maybe you sleep great and it's fine and it's working for you, great. But I do recommend trying a different space in the house if you can. Keeping your bedroom as that zone for your rest, your oasis, your sleep. I mean, if that doesn't resonate with you, totally ignore my my advice. But I recommend trying a different spot in the house for sure. But honestly, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? If it's working for you, great. For me, that would, I don't know if that would work for me, but growing up was fine. But as I got older, I knew I had to create a different area. A different zone was dedicated to creating. So when we first bought our first place, it was a corner of the living room. And then I moved to a small house, and there was a bedroom. It was actually quite comical how small this bedroom was. It was more like a closet size, But that was my studio. It was super small. I can't even, it was like, a table would hardly even fit in this room. Anyways, that was my second studio space. And then same thing, we moved it one more time before we bought the acreage. It was a small bedroom with carpet, and I had to lay down a drop sheet. But then we bought the acreage, and as soon as I saw this was later in life, of course. And so when we bought this acreage, it was like 11 years ago. I had this basement, like a walkout basement, with this whole side of the house here faces south. It faces the trees, and it's a big space. And so this is the biggest studio I've ever had. I don't know how many square feet. This side of the room is probably, I don't know, 700-800 square feet. It's not that huge, even still. This is the workspace for studio, for working, painting. And then I've got my storage for paintings on the other side and my office on the other side as well. So even my office is separated from my creative space. I don't do like the admin side of business in my studio. But you work with what you got. So, okay, less talking, more painting, right? That's what you came here for. You didn't come here to listen to me talk. Move that out a bit. It's too close to the edge of the painting is too close to the edge of the easel. I can't get it at the bottom edge, like at the right to the edge. I actually paint underneath the bottom side of the painting the next day usually. I let this dry, I'll flip it over, I'll do the top edge, then a few hours later I'll flip it over and do the bottom edge. But even the bottom and top edges get painted. So you can still see that yellow popping through. And it just adds another layer of interest. So I don't fill it all in, I just let that sit there. Yeah, it's coming along. You're right, it is. Okay. Back to my reference picture. See what I'm gonna do next here. So I need a little bit of brown. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much water coming off my eaves from my roof. So much rain today. You can hear it flowing. Yeah, I quite like what I see so far. It's good to, whenever you're not sure about a painting as you're going along, especially when you're near the end, it's good to hold it up in front of like a mirror or a window where you can see the reflection of the painting. And it gives you perspective. Sometimes I'll take a picture of the painting, I'll look, and I'll see right away what I have to change. It's so strange how you just get a different perspective and it changes everything. It gives you a better sort of flipping your brain around and seeing it from the viewer's point of view. I don't know why it works, it just does. I don't know why it works. Okay, so I really like daisies. So I'm gonna start with the daisy up in here. So they start with a smile. See that little smile, or maybe it's a little mustache floating around? Start with a smile, and then build. Someone told me it's a strange word to say when you're making a painting, to build a painting or make a painting. But that's what you're doing. You're building it. You're building something from scratch. Just layers of paint. Okay, I want a little bit of pink. Oh, this one's almost empty. That pink, and a bit of purple. And while I'm at it, I'll mix in a bit more white too. I'm getting low already. And just, okay, a couple seconds here of mixing. So we've got a bit of purple. Got a bit of more white. Of course, lots and lots of white always. Get that in there. Mix up a bit more yellow. This is going to be very colorful, this one. So of course, everything I paint is for sale. If you like anything I'm making, and my website, everything I have listed there, sizes and prices are listed. I do lots of commissions, but it's also just fun to just watch the process. But I take a lot of special orders. So if you're looking for a certain size, you've got a wall that needs something, and you're like, what would go here? You can send me the dimensions, and I can help you with size that would fit the space well. And we can talk about the colors you're after, the scene you're after. Should set this so it doesn't turn off. I got so many things happening over here. I'm neglecting. Oh, my mom's talking. Oh, that's a good comment, Mom. Yeah, thanks, Shelly, for checking out my mom's website. My mom is very talented. Very talented. Okay. So I want to do a bit of this. What should I do first? Okay, I'll do this first. Just playing around with where I want things. But it's very thick. You can see what I'm doing there. The video's kind of got a glare on it. So yeah, some yellow flowers. And I'm gonna do, oops, just some touches of white, some highlights. And these have these. Petals. And then I'm going to define that stem a little bit. Not all of them have defined stems, but they kind of get lost in the thickness of the flowers that'll be added, but this is the layering. And maybe went over here. Excuse me. Nothing like sneezing on your live stream. Okay. I've got a few more yellow ones to add. I don't always like, okay, I'm gonna put yellow flowers and do all the yellows and then do all the pinks and then all the reds. But sometimes I do. Not really though, because I'm gonna do the flowers and then I'm gonna see, oh, it needs more yellow later. But the majority of them, sometimes I just work in sections. Okay, so that yellow comes back in. I see another one like maybe right here. Very thick. And I come from a family of creatives. My dad is a retired police officer who got into building. He's always worked with metal and welding. And my mom, if you check out her Facebook, you can see my dad's welding projects on there. He does these most amazing sculptures of what has he done now? He's done sunflowers, he's done giant hummingbirds. He did a huge rose built from metal. He's super talented. So all of his sculpture work is also for sale. So you can see my dad's stuff on there. So Mom, if you want to share that, even here, or people can see her page where she's posted them too. You can see my dad's work. And so his sculpture pieces are here on my property. And people will see them when they come to my next opening when I'm allowed to have one. My next open house. Oh, I gotta plug this in. Plug this in for a while. I'm gonna unplug this. I have done butterflies, Carly. Yeah, I have. I don't do a ton of them. I actually just sold one. If you check back, it might still be there on my stories. I just posted 2 little butterfly pieces that I recently did, and I sold one of them. I still have a few more left. If you check out my small work section of my website, you will see the butterfly pieces in there. I've done a few big pieces, but I don't have them anymore. They're sold. Okay, I think I feel another one coming right here. Then I'm going to move on to a different color. And then I like to clean off my knife by doing this. And this has like, for me, it's like a Monet-esque feel of like blurry things farther back. Like an oil painting would have, but this is acrylic, so clean brush, clean my knife, I mean. And then those little doodads here, that the connectors that connect the stem to the flower, and then a couple just down like that. This is going to be a nice pink one over here. Just kind of work on it. Different shape. Going to be one right here. Okay, so this video ended on my Instagram, so I'll just share that quickly. Thanks for watching my live stream. Okay, I'll post that. So Instagram only allows an hour at a time. So I'll go back and restart. For some reason, Facebook keeps going when Instagram ends. Waiting for it to come back. Oh, hi Rita. In Tennessee. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to come visit you. That's awesome. Hi Avenue, nice to see you on here. Watching from Dubai. I love it. Sorry guys, yeah, so as you know, Instagram only allows 1 hour at a time. So when an hour is up, I'll reboot and you can hop back on. So if I'm in the middle and you're like, is she coming back? I just restart my video. So continuing on with this piece, I'm gonna do another big pink one about here. Thanks for coming back. Almost everybody jumped back on. That's nice. What's the weather like in Tennessee? Hope it's nicer than here today, Rita. We're getting lots of rain. Although we need lots of rain, so I don't mind it. I didn't have to water my garden today. Didn't have to water everything out. Okay, now I'll just clean off. Touch, touch, touch. See, I just added like a whole bunch of flowers just by going like that, cleaning off my knife. And then the rest of it clean off onto my paper towel. Okay, so those, I'm gonna put this color in the middle. This rich sort of raspberry. I kind of add a blob and then I stir it up. Add a blob, stir it up. See how that's starting to really come to life? You just clean off your knife on the painting, right on the painting. Don't be afraid. Let it be what it wants to be. Just getting some purple. Okay, I'm gonna add some texture to those. Yeah, okay. And then, where do I want this? I'm gonna have like a, maybe this one will be like this. Kind of like he's like cradling, he's like waiting for something, this guy. It's like a hand. And then, where else? Maybe right here. No, right here. I like that. I like this. Okay, I'm gonna put them right. Where do I want this? I want this over here. He's gonna go like this. And then he has a friend over here. I have, Rita. It's 70 with no rain in Tennessee. Beautiful day. We had a beautiful pouring rain. As you can see, pretty dreary out. You can see the rain on my pond there. Quinn said to me this today, Mom, it feels like it's morning all day when it's rainy and dark like this. It's pretty dark out. It does kind of feel like morning. Okay, and I want to add another one over here. One of those purple guys, like right here. Giant flowers. And he kind of overlaps a bit. That one. And then clean it off. I just want to add a couple little guys up here. So that purple, okay, I know what I was gonna do. I wanted to add a bit of, some of this. We needed something. So these guys are gonna get a little highlights. And then their centers are gonna get a little something extra also. Clean, clean, clean. Clean it off. Yeah, don't they? They do look like sweet peas, the smaller ones. This one, we're gonna get an orange, orange, orange. And then yellow, yellow, yellow. Okay, I gotta stand back and have a look at it. A day to paint inside, yeah. Thanks, Rita. Yeah, I'll be posting a picture of it. I'm not so good at getting them up on the website super quick after I finish painting them. So I need someone to administer my life. It's like hard to do it all, but eventually. Get some more highlights. Feel like this one just needs a little more there. Now what am I gonna do with this guy down here? I think I wanna do something like that. And something like that. And that, and that. And then a bit of pink. Lighter pink. See, as I go, it's just like add a flower and then doom, 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 add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then make a flower and then add 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're kind of like constantly adding things and filling it up. You don't want to fill it up too much, but just enough that it looks full, but not too overcrowded. So it's a fine line to know when you you don't want to overpaint something. You want it to kind of leave the viewer wanting a bit more, but it's good. Just the right amount. That and highlight here, here, here. And I feel like I want to add something like, I don't know, maybe pink to a little section in here, just like that. These guys felt like they needed something. Yeah. I'm feeling some gold because lately I've been really loving gold touches into my painting. So I'm going to add some gold. Where can I put the gold? I'll put it here. The palette's so full. Some liquid gold. Big, thick, juicy. The gold is really fluid compared to, it's less heavy bodied, so it's more a little drippy. Got a bit of drippiness to it, so I'm gonna be careful it doesn't drip. But big strokes, big blobs. Hi, Shelley. Oh, a question of, do I have a hard time with the business end? I find no matter what I produce, I cannot wrap my head around administrating. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you gotta split your time, which drives me crazy because I just wanna create, but I have to administer if I'm running a business, right? So it's a challenge, but I've learned to find a way that works for me and become good at it. But it's difficult for artists to take on that side of things, for sure. If you have someone doing it for you, hey, by all means, let them do it for you. At times of the year, I have help with the administration part. But yeah, in general, it's not easy to take on, that's for sure. I need some pink. I kind of split my time. So I create in the morning, not on Thursdays, but I create morning and then the afternoon I spend on the admin side. If things are pressing and I have to get to them, then yes, the admin stuff happens in the morning, but the morning is when I have the most energy to create and I feel like I have more to give of myself in creating. So I try and set that time aside as sacred as the morning on average, generally. So when I started doing that, then that helped me go, okay, this is time dedicated for administration, website, answering emails, answering messages, that kind of thing. When I set that time aside, then I wasn't feeling constantly I have to get to painting, I have to get to painting. So I try and have every day morning painting, afternoon admin. So if that's helpful to you, that helped me. Just gonna get a bit more of that gold. It's just sitting there. Don't want it to go to waste. Okay. Okay, almost done. Let's see how much time we've been working. Been painting for an hour and 15. Okay, I'm a bit faster than I thought. I might be done by about 15 more minutes. This painting will be done. Okay, so now I want to get some blues, but lighter. Let's do a bit of mixing here first. I love this Icelandic poppy that I see in this image, so I'm going to try and do an Icelandic poppy. Ooh, big drip on the floor. Two big drips on the floor. Okay, stop dripping on the floor. I'm going to do one here. I feel like it wants to be a bit gray there. Get that glob that I dropped. This big giant. And then I'm going to do another one kind of right here. I'll play around with the color a little bit, but I'm right now, just kind of blocking in where I want it. That green kind of mixed in a little bit from the background. That's what you get for working wet on wet. Kind of blends a little bit. That's okay, because you can just add more paint to it. Hi, Tina, watching from Lacombe. Nice to see you. Angela, wonderful, thank you. Mitzi from Red Deer, thanks for watching. Awesome. Okay, I just want to do you've got a bit of water in there. Okay, I need to mix a little more white. A little more blue. White, blue, and yellow. Add. My jars start full when I paint a piece this size near the end. Each jar is about half to a third left of paint. So it's a lot of paint goes down on one canvas. And yellow and blue. So this piece is not a commission one. It is just something I'm adding to my collection because I felt like it. It's I don't wait until I have a customer to make a painting. I paint it and they will come. I've always done it that way. I'm trying to always be ahead of the game. I usually have on average around 200 or so paintings for sale at one time, at all times, all on the website. So when I have a show coming up or an opportunity, I always have art on hand and ready to go. So it's never a panic for me to throw a show together. I always have work. I can have multiple shows happening at once. I paint on average 450 paintings a year. So I'm a high production person. This is how I do it. I don't teach, Beth. I'm sorry. This is the biggest, the closest I get to teaching is my live streaming. Yeah. For me. All right, what was I doing? I wanted to add these centers to these guys down here. I'm going to do a bit of green first. And poppies have these nice, like little pokey stem thingies kind of coming up. I'm just going to use my edge of my knife to get that look. And then I'm going to come in with a couple other colors. These little things that have pollen on the ends. Hi, Sarah. I'm glad you like watching it, Lori. That's awesome. Yes, exactly. Oh, and TVU sure Park's watching. I'm just reading your comment, TVU. Yes, I do kind of do things that I don't notice that I'm doing. Yeah, I do this thing where it's like I'm placing the flower before I place it, but I'm using my hand to kind of like, what would that look like if I put a flower there? And so I'm, I don't know why I do that, but it helps me. I'm so glad you're enjoying watching. Thanks, Tina. This is awesome. I really appreciate the feedback. Live streaming is so different than just, painting privately in the studio. So to have all of you join me, this is really exciting and fun for me. Like I was talking about earlier, like how to unlock your creativity. And one of the things I mentioned to do that is make your studio space, make your creative space fun. Make your environment fun. Make it a place that you want to come to. So I quite enjoy this live streaming from the studio. It's really enjoyable for me. I kind of thrive in an audience when I have an audience watching me. So yeah, I don't know why. It's kind of been, I'm a musician too, so I'm used to the stage. If you asked me to stand on stage and speak, which I kind of am right now, that would make me nervous in like a public setting. But if I was on a stage performing or like a painting, that part of it makes me completely fine. I don't know why, but it's just something I kind of developed and got used to doing. So now I got to decide what else do I want in this painting. It's looking pretty full. I don't want to overdo it too much. I'm just going to add a little bit of, what am I going to add a bit of? Let's see, let's mix these two colors together, see what happens. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's see what it looks like on there. It's sort of like orangey red. I'll just mix a bit of red and try that on the palette first. If I like how colors look on the palette, I know I'll like them on the canvas. So I'm kind of experimenting. And the nice thing about acrylics is if you don't like what you see there, you can just either scrape it off or just add layers on top of something that you don't like, change the color of something. Sometimes you don't like the color of that one flower or whatever, so you can change it as you go. Stir it up like icing on a cake. Yeah, I like the red and the orange mix better than the pink and the orange. But I don't want to overpower it too much with red. So let's see what this is gonna do. Just come back in there with this. Yeah, there's like a little family in here. Little family of these guys. It's like these guys are in isolation together. These guys are in isolation together. You like that? All right, that's a little silly, but okay. Now I just think, I feel like this needs a bit more. And I want a little more white highlighted on this, just to make him pop a little bit. Same with this one. Thanks, Kathleen. Kathy, sorry, I can't see. Oh yeah, hey, thank you. She's saying she likes the painting. I'm so glad everybody's here watching, so I'm just gonna have a stand back and let the lights around my face so get a good view of it. I quite like the balance. I think I'm gonna do another one just kind of here. Here. Yeah. Just like hugging right in here, just like this. Just gonna cozy right up to these guys. So I felt it needed some anchoring down here. And I just wanted to, how do I explain this? So I have this pink and this pink. And I kind of wanted to finish the triangle. So 1, 2, 3 for these, just to balance out what I did here with the pinks. 1, 2, 3. And then I have some nice, like, these guys are nice. They kind of have, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just something you kind of get used to visually when you're looking at something. And your eye just gets used to building a canvas, and you know what colors you like together and how it completes sections. Yeah, it's just something you get good at as you go, as you create all the time. Now there's something I don't like over here, so I'm just figuring out what that is. Yeah, I think it's less blue I want over here. Fill that one in, make that one red instead. Add some there and none there. Pink. And a bit of purple. Hello, Kim and Monica. Hello. Hi, Tina, again. Thanks for being here. Or Tina, I saw you earlier. Yeah, sorry. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's hope and joy. Maybe that's the name. Maybe that's the name of it. See, I felt, yeah. Okay, there we go. Better. That's, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you just know what it needs, but you don't know until you get in there. Get messy with it. Come down here. Sometimes you don't know what a friend needs till you get in there, mess with them. How about that? What do you need? I don't know. And then you got to jump in. Then you figure it out with them. That's what friends do, right? You jump into the mess with them. Hi, Angela. Oh, thanks. Yeah, in nursery. Yeah, any space that needs some pop of color. I see I got an angry face emoji from someone. I don't know why. I heard, though, that one of my friend's moms watches, and she didn't know she was putting angry emojis on my posts, which I find hilarious. And her daughter was so embarrassed. Jumping in, I like that. I'm getting ideas for names. Keep them coming. I love hope and joy. I love be brave. This helps me. I love names with joy and brave and love, hope. This is my underlining theme in all my work is hope. So yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, I'm gonna do this off this guy over here. Okay. I have a funny story about, so the cat I used to have, he kind of disappeared and ran away, and it's been very sad for me and heartbreaking. Anyways, for months now, I thought I was feeding my cat late at night. I would put food out in the morning. I come and there I'd see the food is gone. I'm like, my cat's back. Oh my gosh. And seeing him on our security camera, I thought, like, that looks like him. Like, his name's Pockets. That looks like Pockets. Like, that must be him. Why is he only coming at night? Where is he? Why is he night prowling and not coming during the day? And then we were up late watching a movie, and sure enough, there's this cat standing at my back door, and it's not Pockets. It's some other cat. And I was so shocked to see this other cat there. Like, I've been feeding some other cat for months now, every night. And I see him finally, and I did some research. It's a calico cat, and apparently calico cats are the ones that have like, they look like tigers almost. They have like black and orange and white, and they're calicos, and they're almost exclusively female. Didn't know that either. So this cat shows up almost now, earlier and earlier, but for a good week, every night at like almost exactly 11 o'clock at night. So I decided to call this cat 11. There's no caller, like I don't think he belongs to anyone, but I think he's just lost. So I decided to call this cat 11. And I said, if only I could call you 7 and you come at 7, not 11. I want to be in bed at 10. But this cat is just like so adorable. And I just love that he comes around. So she comes around. So she comes at 11. She stays for like 15 minutes. She eats. She lets me pet her. And then she goes wherever she goes for the rest of the night. She must sleep all day. And isn't that funny? I love cats, and I just love this thing. Anyway, hi, Derek. Yes, talking about cats and making a painting. This one is for sale. It is a 40 by 60 piece for $2,800. This is my standard price for this size. So if you're interested, send me a message. Yeah, if you have a wall that you're thinking that something could go on, you can send me the dimensions of the wall, and then I can give you sort of a an idea, okay, that this size will work for that space. Sometimes you can take, some people take some green painter's tape and mask out a square on their wall, like the size of the painting, to see like, will this fit? So that's another way to do it. But yeah, that can help with all of that. This is very standard size for me. I have a lot of paintings on my website that are this size. Nothing like this image though. So I was kind of lacking in these colors in this image for a piece this size. But yeah, everything I paint always is for sale. But that's a good question. Just a couple little touches of stuff. Clean off the brush. And what else do I want on there? I want some orange. Anybody else cat lovers or dog lovers watching me? I love all animals, but cats I like because they're such low maintenance. The things I talk about on here, it's so funny. And a little bit of white. Just adding a couple texture, but that is about it. Now the corner of this one's probably dry enough for me to sign it, so I'll do that while I have you all here with me. Just looking for my signing brush. You love dogs and cats, so do I. I find just dogs are just so high maintenance, especially if you travel a lot and stuff. But anyways, yeah, I love all animals so much. So I guess in a way I have it both best of both worlds. I don't have to take care of the cat. I just put food out for him, get to see him at night every night for 15 minutes, and then he leaves and I go to bed and then I see him the next night. So it's kind of a funny relationship, but maybe she'll stick around and maybe I'll fully adopt her. I'm fully ready for adoption of a cat. Okay. We have 4 cats. Oh, perfect. I know I would have all the cats. I have to be careful though, my husband. I have to sneak them. My husband, just so he doesn't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna sign this one now. I love it, and I think that's okay to say. If you I have to love it to sell it, to put it out there, and I have to love it, like paint it till I love it, and then be happy with it, and then I feel good about selling it. Okay, so I'm gonna sign the bottom right to this guy down here. Can you see me? Okay. It's a bit wet there still, so it's a bit tricky to sign it right now, but because I've started. Oh, it's getting hard. The paint's pretty wet, so come back in. I always say sign your work first and last name on the front of the painting. Don't date the painting on the front, because then you date the painting. Always sign your work first and last name so you can read it. I don't care if you're professional or not. Good documentation. You just created something that didn't exist an hour and a half ago. So the size of this one is 40 by 60. Yeah. The painting needs to be called 11. Oh, I didn't explain why I called my cat 11. Obviously because clock every night. That's the reason. And so I love that. I love Stranger Things, and 11 is like the awesome character on Stranger Things. If you've seen the show, we're late to the party with Netflix. We started watching Netflix when we were in Dubai. A friend of ours had an account and said, you know, we'd log in and watch it. So we watched the whole thing of Stranger Things. So my cat is 11, but I don't know if we'll call it painting 11, but the things I talk about here. Hey, this is my studio, so you can talk about whatever we want, right? Talk about cats. Earlier we were talking about, so the painting's done. I'll just chit chat for a second about how to unlock your creativity. Again, this is something that I get asked a lot, like, how do you get unstuck? If you're stuck, how do you get unstuck and unlock your creative person? So I wrote some things down to remind myself, but the first thing, and tell me what your thoughts are too. I can look at the comments too later and discuss with you, but the first thing to unlock your creativity is make it fun. Make your environment fun. So so what I do for fun when I'm creating, I love listening to music. I love daytime, especially in the morning. I love having a tea, something warm to drink, or even eating while I'm painting. I love the fire crackling in the background, the nice warm studio, or just turn the heat up. So the music, my tea, I feel warm, I'm energized, it's morning, that kind of thing. So that's some of the things I do to make my environment fun. Because if it's not a place you want to be, then you're never going to come to it. So make it fun, make it a habit. In making it fun, like make it like a place you want to hang out in, and your habit of like, if your habit of coming to the place that you're creating is, so sporadic, you don't have like a good rhythm. Having a good rhythm is really important. So whether that means once a week, maybe it's every day for 5 minutes, maybe it's every day for 20 minutes, maybe it's whatever your rhythm is, find that. And then the more you make it a habit, you'll crave that environment. You'll crave coming to that studio, that area, that room that you set aside for creating. Someone earlier was talking about how her office is her bedroom is her office and her creative space and all these things. And I'm like, that's too much in my bedroom. I say, if you can save your bedroom for sleeping, your oasis, your time to rest, that's what you do there. You're rejuvenating, save the bedroom for that. I wouldn't have my office. I wouldn't do office work, admin work. I wouldn't do creative things in the bedroom. Keep that room sacred. And then keep your creative space sacred and your office space sacred. If you have the space to have an office and a bedroom and a creative space, I happen to have that now, later in life. Do that as best as you can. If your creative space is even just the corner of your kitchen table, and then have your space, ready to go as best as you can all the time, waiting for you, so that it's always warmed up and ready. If your creative space is kind of, if you have to set up everything from scratch every single time, and it's a huge amount of work to get started, you'll create less. You'll go to that space less. And then the other thing is just show up. So if you're in your space and you're like, I don't feel like painting right now, I don't feel like doing whatever it is that you're creating, your workshop or whatever, do something in your workshop, in your studio, do something in there. I don't care if it's folding laundry, but just do something. If you've got a wire painting. If you need to clean it up, clean it up. Spend time in there, and eventually you've warmed it with your presence to the point where you're going to feel like you're going to want to create the thing that you're going to create. So yeah, if you have ideas, pop it in the comments, send me a message on Instagram of what you do, or share with others, start conversations with what you do to keep your creativity warm. How do you stay unstuck? How you get unstuck? These are just ideas. So I've been painting for an hour and 45 minutes, or painting and talking for an hour and 45 minutes. So thanks for watching, everybody. I haven't come up with the name yet, but I'll be posting it soon. This painting is 40 by 60 inches. It's $2,800. If you like it, send me a note, or if you know someone who might like it. I'll be broadcasting here live from the studio again, for sure next Thursday, maybe sooner. Playing with time still. I noticed more people were online, so we'll see. But I'll try and keep you all posted. I also have a studio show coming up, hopefully, when the world opens up again. If you'd like to be invited to my next studio open house, send me an email or a message, and I'll make sure you get the invite for that. I generally have them in July and in November, and I have like 500 people that come through my studio in one day. It's crazy. It's a come and go thing. It's a wine and cheese reception. Kids are welcome. It's free. You get to see where I work, past the screen. You can come into the physical studio. see the space, get a tour of the studio, walk and see the acreage that I live on. So I'd love to have you all. I know a lot of you are watching from outside of Edmonton, but if you do find yourself in Edmonton, please send me a note and say, hey, I'm visiting from Tennessee. I'd love to come see your when we're allowed. Hopefully things open up so everybody has a good rest of their week. And I guess it's time for my family to go have supper. I'm excited to go see my husband's haircut. He just got his first haircut since many months ago. I'm gonna wait and grow it out. So thank you so much for watching. It means everything to me. And yeah, send feedback, say hello from where you're watching from. And I'm glad that you were all here. I'm gonna sign off on Instagram now. Okay, bye everybody. And thanks again for thanks TVU. Thanks for everybody for watching TVU Sherwood Park. That's so cool. Thanks for watching. And yeah, send me feedback. Keep writing in the comments. I can look back later and we can talk back and forth still. And we'll see you all again very soon. Take care.